On this episode, we look back on 2022 and look ahead to 2023. Today's January 3rd, 2023, and this is episode 527 of the Main Street Magic Podcast.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts, Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Main Street Magic. I'm your host, Jeremy Stein, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely wife, Rhonda.
Hey guys.
Make sure you check us out on the web at mainstmagic.com, as well as follow on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at mainstmagic. If you've not done so already, head out to Facebook and search for the Main Street Magic community and ask to join. Then if you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, you're going to get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. Then if you're getting ready to plan your next Disney or Universal vacation, looking to go on a cruise, or pretty much travel anywhere else in the world, head to mainstmagictravel.com, fill out a form for a free quote. Our travel services are completely free to you. Happy New Year, Rhonda. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, guys.
Are you impressed? I only had to do one take on the opening, and I said 2023.
Yeah, good job.
To be fair, it was written down, so I had to just read it. I guarantee if it wasn't written, I would have screwed that up and said 2022.
I think I've been trying to get out of 2022 for a while, and I've thought it's 2023 for quite some time.
Yeah, well,
I don't know why.
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the biggest stories and stuff from this past year and all. And every time I went to type in like Google, like just to kind of refresh my memory, I kept wanting to type 2023. So maybe we're just done with 2022. Whole new year. Yep. Nice fresh start you get every year, which is awesome. So we're going to talk a little bit about some of our favorite things from 2022. And we're going to start with our own trips. So went back. I still use touring plans, and I document all of our trips in there.
Oh, that's right.
Use it as like a countdown, but then I go back at the end of the year and count it up. This would be a combination of Universal and or Disney. We did 24 trips in 2022. And then, of course, we had the Wish trip on the cruise, we can talk about a little bit. And we stayed a total of 51 nights.
Okay.
Now, we didn't
There's
really...
365 days.
Yeah, 365 days. Whoops, sorry, Siri. In a year, so that's only a small percentage, but that's pretty good.
What is the percentage? Do you know? Are you like smart
I don't know.
off the top of your head?
No, I don't know at all. I mean, roughly, I think
it's not even
like 20% or so, something like that. It's a little shy of 20% of nights that we spent in Disney compared to home. Didn't really knock a lot of new resorts or anything off our list this year. We did the Lake Nona Wave Hotel, which was new to us, and we stayed.
That was
big holiday.
This year?
That was 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Holy
isn't that crazy?
Moly.
So we did some additional Disney Springs locations like the Wyndham, both Lake Buena Vista and the Garden.
Yes.
That Holiday Inn right there at Disney Springs.
And I liked all of them.
Yeah, we're super excited. So Friday we're going to stay at the Drury Inn at Disney Springs, the brand new one that just opened last month. So we're excited to check that out as another Disney Springs offering. And everything I'm seeing about it so far looks like it could be a new go-to spot. No resort fee. I don't believe they have parking. So that's a big positive there with Disney Springs. But looking back on these 25 trips, if you count the cruise, 51 nights, and 3 of those nights were cruise. So technically 54 nights we were away. Okay. What are some of your highlights or favorite trips or moments from 2022?
Well, I really enjoyed Christmas, which was the newest one, just because we were with our kids and just our kids. Like, I feel like over the past year, we've been with friends, which is normal in our age period, I feel like, and the kids' age periods. So of course, Universal, we actually started 2022 out at Universal with Tina and her part of her family, because Rob and Connor stayed home, but Cassidy and Lacey and all of us went, and and we didn't get to eat our food, so we'll see what difference it makes for eating our food this year.
Traditional Southern
Yep,
fare
my
of
black-eyed peas,
pork, collard greens, cornbread.
Yeah,
we did not do it last year because we did start off the year going right there. What else? Are there other moments?
I really
and
enjoyed.
I mean, it's been a wonderful year.
It was a good year. I enjoyed Labor Day weekend with Amy and Chuck and everybody. I feel like there was a lot of people there.
It was for her
Rachel
birthday.
And Chuck and Allie, and that weekend at Topolina's was so nice. And yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of like it still blows my mind that the like Nona. I would say that one that was really fun because that was literally just the girls and Cassidy.
Yeah.
So that was fun, and it was just neat being with them and seeing their friend.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think Christmas is obviously my highlight of 2022 as far as trips go. Yeah, the meal at Topolino's was great. Having that big group in that back room was wonderful. Our first ever Main Street 16 challenge weekend.
Oh yeah,
we met a whole lot of new friends that have become very close friends over the past year.
Yep.
The Fort Wilderness with
that
Camper
was
Adventure.
Fun, yeah,
that was a really good one.
Really good one.
And Guardians opening.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my other all-time favorite trips and one of my favorite days of 2022 was Margaritaville for your and Lacey's birthday. That day that we hung out at the pool all day and we did all the activities that they had and we played bingo and we had trivia and we did the beer pong and like all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was such a fun trip. And that had minimal parks. I mean, we did Universal, I think, the first day.
Yep.
And otherwise we kind of just hung out and it was super great. There was some news in 2022 that we're going to talk a little bit about, and we'll go all the way back to March of 2022, where Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser opened up. We have not gotten to experience this. I don't know that we ever will.
Yeah.
Unless we just come into a bunch of money or someone sends us there. I can't imagine. Is it something? We haven't talked about it in a while, and I feel like it's really kind of faded. People aren't talking about it anymore. You never see it mentioned.
Do you think people are going? Do you think it's being booked like a lot?
I don't know if it's booked solid or selling out like it originally was, but
do you think it's selling enough that they're keeping it at the price?
Well, there's been no change so far. And I mean, that's one of those. I don't know that they'll go back on it. They offered some of those deals to DVC. That was kind of the first thought of, maybe it's not going as well. Just the fact that no one talks about it anymore is kind of crazy. Plus, now that it's been open for almost a year here in March, this is where you start to see, are there return guests? Is this going to be like a Disney World trip or, Disneyland or the other parks or a cruise where you go, you know what, every year or every other year or something, we go on a Disney cruise. Are there going to be people that return to this? Because that's Disney's biggest clientele is return guests, you know, for Walt Disney World and their other parks. So I'll be interested to see how that looks.
Yeah.
I still, from everything I've seen, if you have the money to spend on it, it has been worth it to anything I've seen.
Nice.
So later in April, Hugs returned.
Yay.
That was one of our favorite things, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Oddly enough.
100%. It really was. I don't think I realized how much I missed him. I don't think I realized how much being a kid at Disney and hugging the characters actually meant to me until it was taken away.
Yeah. And you could tell that it meant a lot to them too. You know what I mean? Like I remember, was it Pop Century? I think we were literally like a week or so after Hugs returned. We were at Pop Century and we walked out randomly and there was Donald and Goofy and all
in their 50th gear too.
Yeah. And I remember you just going up and hugging them, and you could almost tell that they were so glad they were back too. Like they probably had missed a lot of that from those types of interactions.
Yeah.
Next up, as we discussed in May of 2022, we got the opening of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Cosmic Rewind.
That is cool. That was awesome. That is a fun ride.
Yeah. For
the whole family. And over there with the Novacore ship, it's super cool looking. And I think they did a good job all around.
Yeah, this was such a much needed addition to Epcot. I mean, I know, what Epcot was, what it's become, what it's becoming. There was a lot of talk. This doesn't fit in Epcot. I think they did such a wonderful job of making it fit.
I do too.
When it's correct. It really doesn't fit in Epcot until they made it fit.
Yeah.
So I love it. We just had friends that are in Disney now just text us that they just did Cosmic Rewind for the first time and everybody loved it. So I've been hard pressed to find anyone that doesn't love this ride.
Yeah.
It's my favorite attraction currently for sure. Then in July, we got Magic Band Plus. What do you think about Magic Band Plus, Rhonda?
I love it. I absolutely love it. It to me is fun. I do get sad, it's technology, so I do get a little sad when I'm like, oh, mine didn't vibrate or mine didn't do this if, whenever we do whatever we're doing. But I really like it. I understand where, like kids, like at night, like you'd have to make sure there's charged if they want to partake in the vibration and the fun, like waving at and I'm sure they'll do more with it.
Yeah.
Eventually, but waving at the statues and then just everything. And the fireworks, unfortunately, the kids didn't get to partake in that. But it was just funny because I remember that night making sure that they were going to charge.
Yeah.
Because once it dies of it not vibrating or lighting up, it still will work for getting into the room because it's got that
the RFID chip in it still.
Yeah.
Just like the old ones.
So with all that being said, yeah, I really love it. I just make sure mine's charged with all my accessories that I charge at night anyways. It's just with the kids, I had to, all right, let's make sure there's charged. So,
well, that's where I know we've mentioned in the past, get one of those USB hubs and you can go ahead and charge. I mean, even if you got one just for your Magic Bands and a family of 4, that thing's gonna have 4 to 6 ports on it. You charge them up every night, be ready to go. I mean, I do believe, like you said, there's going to be a lot more interactivity in the future with these. These are not done. They're going to involve more things, and as new things come out, I'm sure that they'll, work with this. I've said the whole time, I was paying about the same price for limited edition Magic Band 2s that I am for the Magic Band Plus, and I like when I scan in and it vibrates and lights up.
Absolutely.
I liked waving at the statues. Those are going to go away at the end of the 50th, but
they are for sure.
Yeah, they're supposed to go away. So will they bring something else
what
out?
are they going to bring in?
I'd say just keep them around all the time.
So I can wave to stuff and they like Olaf talk to me.
I know. I'm gonna miss that part, but I really like them. I think they're worth it, especially if you can go ahead and get them in that $10 savings with your room and go ahead and order your Magic Bands ahead of time with the ones that come with the room. That's what we did for Christmas.
Do you think it was worth it?
100%. Yeah, I do. I mean, I don't know if the girls got the same enjoyment out of them that we do, but I was glad they had them. And I liked sitting down and then picking theirs out and which one they wanted. And
I got enjoyment of the girls.
Yeah.
Like when it vibrated and when it, like I enjoyed that.
Good. Then it was definitely worth it.
Yep.
All right. In August, Bippity Boppity Boutique finally reopened at Magic Kingdom. Honestly, we got a lot of things continuing to reopen over the past year or so with things like Hoop-de-Doo Review.
Yes.
Which we did during that Fort Wilderness trip back in August. And, we've never taken the girls to Bippity Boppity Boutique. We never did when they were younger. Honestly, we just saved our money because Rhonda was able to Bippity Boppity Boutique them and get their hair and makeup and all done. And we'd bring the dresses and to dress up and everything. But I know and I'm so happy that this finally came back because there are a lot of people that missed out on this, and I think of, this was closed for almost 3 years. I think of all the people that had kids that were right at the age that was perfect for this and didn't get to experience it at that age. Yeah. I hope that even though the kids now are a little bit older, they still will be able to take them and really, really enjoy it. 2 new things that we got back this year were Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and the Very Merry Christmas Party.
We missed the Christmas party, but we did the Halloween.
Yeah. And how did you enjoy it being back? I mean,
1,000%.
We were some of the few that actually liked Boo Bash. Like, I understood people's complaints with it based on the price, but we didn't think it was awful. We enjoyed it, but nothing beats the real Halloween party, right?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So
loved the whole thing.
That being back was wonderful. Hopefully maybe we can fit in the Christmas party next year.
Or this year, you mean?
Well, yeah, that's right. This year. This is true. In October, celebrated Epcot turning 40 years old.
That's crazy.
We were there that night.
Yeah.
And we did the DizCon after hours event. Also news, we had some interruptions to the theme parks from hurricanes. One of them being right up to that weekend because DizCon was canceled, but we still had the after hours events.
That was sad.
Did you feel like, because we were there for the 50th of Magic Kingdom. We were only there that evening. We didn't go during the day. Did you feel that there was really a celebration?
No.
I know.
100% not.
There was some merch. That was it.
Yep.
I think this being during the same time that we have this 18-month long celebration for the 50th in general of Walt Disney World, I think it got a little lost maybe.
I do too, unfortunately. And I mean, I almost feel like even like Disney's 100th is kind of getting a little lost too, to be 1,000% honest.
I know. Yeah, we've got some merch out for that, but that's it's gonna be weird because we get till the end of March is the 50th and it officially ends, and then things start to go away. We got an announcement that Happily Ever After, the song, is coming back. That Enchantment will be done.
Oh my goodness.
That Harmonious is going away. We don't know its replacement yet. We got the weirdest D23 ever with that whole blue sky thing where they just said, imagine what could be, but we're not claiming we're doing any of this, with Encanto and Moana and A Villain's Land and Coco, and so that was kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
We just recently in November got the return of Fantasmic with a couple updates and changes. We've not been to see it yet.
We need to do
we got to find a time to catch it. I don't know if we'll be able to Friday night. Maybe we could try this Friday night.
Okay.
We'll see. But you know what else we got a return of in November?
What was that?
Bob Iger.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess what would be considered the craziest news of 2022, I feel like, as far as Disney goes. I mean, it was 10 p.m. on a Sunday, the weekend before Thanksgiving, that all of a sudden it was like, Chapek is gone. Bob Iger is back.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think...
Yeah, that was weird. I would have liked to have been in the parks.
Oh, my goodness, I know. Well, at that point, they were all getting ready to shut down. Well, I guess it wasn't as late as 10. It was probably more like an 8 p.m. So a lot of them were getting close to closing. But I don't think it's weird that Chapek was out. It's still a little weird that Iger came back. But I think it was just the way it all went down and so quickly and just like that. Like, it wasn't like there was
and it was effective
thought.
Immediately. Yeah, like
that
was crazy.
That was nuts.
Yeah.
We saw some immediate changes, with him getting rid of a few top level folks. Diamaro is safe. He's still around. I think he's safe for now. It sounds like we're going to get maybe 2 years or so out of Iger, and then the next CEO will come in. Don't know who that will be.
Wow.
It's going to be interesting, but all I know is that the morale in general for fans and cast members alike went up as soon as this news broke.
100%.
And that's awesome.
Yes.
So then most recently in December here, and this came very quickly. I didn't think it was going to possibly open until Tron opened, but we got the Walt Disney World Railroad back.
Yay.
And we rode it.
Yes, we did. It was awesome.
Did you miss it? Did you know you missed it? Like, it's one of those that until we got back on the train, I was like, I didn't even realize how much I've missed this train.
Yeah, it's funny because I wanted to ride, and I knew we really kind of were a small little press for time for our Christmas Day.
Yeah.
But I kind of wanted to ride it all the way around just because I knew like what I missed, where like going through and like you think there's going to be woods and oh wait, there's like a whole like Indian tribe.
Yeah, back over by Big Thunder.
Yeah, and then there's other stuff, other places. And so I think, like, and that was neat going through Tron, like we talked about before, which I'm kind of like, why did they close it for so long? I don't understand, but then I guess maybe I kind of do.
Yeah, especially with that Tron area. I mean, that was the initial whole part of it, but they did have to reroute some track. They had to build that tunnel and stuff over with Tron now. So yeah, it was kind of understandable, but not understandable.
Right.
Is kind of the way I felt.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Tron, what types of things are you looking forward in 2023? We've got Tron opening in the spring. I'm really looking forward to our Main Street 16 challenge, second annual one, coming the first weekend in February. You can learn all about that at mainstreet16.com. We don't currently have any trips planned past that February trip. we'll certainly start looking at what is beyond that in some of the other months. But what are you maybe hoping for in 2023 as far as our theme park visits go? Is there somewhere, if we can knock one of those last 3, Grand Flow, Beach, Riviera, off the Disney resort list, which one would you choose, do you think? Like,
Beach.
What are you hoping for 2023? Beach would be your number one to knock off the list?
Yeah.
I'd have to go Riviera. I think. I still want to go. I want to find a way just to even stay one night. If all we do is stay one night and we make it a resort only trip, we don't even go to the parks maybe, or just pop into Epcot, even if it's that little 2-person tiny room, I want to stay there because I love the way it, and I think you're the same. Like, I love the feel that I get when I'm just there on that property. I can't imagine actually waking up there.
Yeah, that would be neat.
Or, Bar Riva closes at 10.
And then we just go upstairs. Yeah, that would be cool.
Like, that sounds absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Are there any resorts specifically you want to get back to that maybe we haven't stayed at in some time this upcoming year?
Sounds funny, but I wouldn't mind getting back to like Pop.
Yeah.
I haven't stayed there, I feel like, in a while.
It's been a while. I think Port Orleans for me. I'd like to get back and stay at Port Orleans again.
Even Little Mermaid. Room.
Yeah, I would do that again.
Yeah.
I'd like to do the camping thing again with the camper.
That was super
rental.
fun.
So we may look at, maybe we can try that again this year. And it's another one then where we can take the kids. And if we get one that big again, they each bring a friend and, do Universal one of the days like we did last time. And then you and I can pop in and out of the Disney parks as we need. It will be going into our 8th year as pass holders. We got to renew that here very soon. Ours is up in February. So we're going to get a renewal there. Got to figure out still a little bit which one we're renewing at. But I think that 2023 hope is going to be really good. I hope we continue to see growth of the podcast in the community. And I feel like in 2022, our network of friends grew more than it had any years prior.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And we'd made some wonderful friends over the past several years, but like in 2022, and it really was, I feel like that Main Street 16 weekend that we connected with so many awesome people. So I look forward to meeting many more people in 2023 and having another awesome year, another 104 episodes.
Oh my goodness.
We got to figure out what we're doing with all those. So I'm excited. I know this was a quick episode, but we always do this every year where we talk about our year prior and what we're looking forward to. So we wanted to make sure we brought that to you. We got some real fun episodes coming up. We got some trips like the Drury Inn here, House of Mouse Expo at the end of the month. We're going to the mountains.
Street. Oh yeah, we're going to the mountains.
Yep, non-Disney trip.
I'm gonna look at renting a car.
I know. And then Main Street 16. Please go. I'm gonna start pumping this again. We wanted to take a little break during the holidays as we know everybody's busy, but you can still get tickets for the Friday event at Stargazer Lounge at Planet Hollywood, which is going to be a lot of fun. You do not want to miss out on that. You can still sign up for the challenge on Saturday if you want. mainstreet16.com for all the information. Cannot wait to see everybody out there. You're already online, so you might as well hit the subscribe button. You can get these brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. And then we would be very thankful in this new year if you would leave us a rating and review.
Because it helps our show grow.
That's all we've got. We'll see you real soon.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts, Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.